So we haven't done an example where we have to rotate about the y-axis. Okay. So we have a line. So a line and a parabola. Okay. So it's that area right there. Part A says rotate that about the y-axis. Okay, y-axis. So if you rotate that about the y-axis, we're talking about, right, something that looks like this. We also need to rotate this line. So it's a bit too high. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. Another bowl. It's a bowl, but it's got a cone inside that's carved out. This is a cone inside, right? Do you see that there's a cone inside? This is a cone. I don't know if you can see the cone. So let's start from the fact that the volume is equal to, this time we're rotating about the y-axis. So we're actually, the height is going to be the x value, and we're actually integrating about the y value. So we're going from 0, we're still going from 0 to 1, but it's on the y, okay, 0 to 1. Because we're going about the y, the thickness of each disk is dy, isn't it? Right, each thickness of a particular circle, right, the thickness, it's not dx, it's dy, okay? So that is a disk, is a function of y, that's what we need. Disk is a function of y. Now this is another example where we have to actually subtract, so we gotta rotate about the outside, and we gotta subtract the disk inside. Right, so that's the outside one. Okay, so that's the outside one, and the blue one is the inside one. Okay, let me call the outside one disk 1 and the inside one disk 2. Okay. So they both have pi's. So you know, pi, it's a radius as a function of y squared. Radius 1, radius 2. Right? They both have pi. Still this pi r squared, pi r squared. So I'm referring to this right here. Right? This right here, that's R2. And I'm talking about this radius right here, that's R1, okay? So note that the radiuses are horizontal components now, so they're x values, okay? So I'm going to factor out the pi, just you know, we always need to make it as clean as possible that we can avoid making mistakes, right? Don't just jump in there and filling all this information in. As soon as you start filling information in, it gets even more messier, right? So anyways, R1 is the x value on the parabola, right? Like this coordinate right here will be, you know, some x value with R1, like this. Right? So we need, oh sorry, that's backwards. I meant the x value is R1 with y, okay? So, see that? I'm going to plug it in there. Right? It's y is equal to R1 squared. So what's R1 then? Square root of y, right? Good. We got it as a function of y. So root of y squared. So R2 is a point on this line. Okay? That point right there will be R2, right? R2 and y. So let's plug that in the line. And we're going to get just y. This is very straightforward. You know, R2 is equal to y. So it's y here. Y squared. Okay, now we're done. So that's the setup. Once it's set up, it's not that bad, right? 0 to 1, that's y minus y squared. So that's pi. Integration, we're going to get a half of y squared minus a third of y cubed. 1, 0. So that's pi. Half minus a third. That's pi over 6.